Die, you son of a bitch.
Wow.
He's gonna die.
Show is taking an all-time low.
Oh, my God.
I feel like we all need to just step back and breathe. Let's talk about next week's show for a second here. Though after listening to this week's show...
Are we giving up on this one already?
Well, yes. We have a guest, but after listening to this week's show, I think he's about to cancel.
Hopefully he's not listening.
Yeah, let's pray. His name is Jeff Bearden. He is a former wrestler. He's you may know him as the Giant Warrior or Tiger Steel. He's a part of he's officially newly named and entered into the Southern Wrestling Hall of Fame. He is now a public speaker, speaks out against things like bullying and whatnot. So he may not like the way we treat Mike.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyways, he's gonna be on the show next week. We're gonna talk about wrestling and his career. And you should Google him or YouTube him actually, Giant Warrior or Tiger Steel. Or just look up Jeff Bearden. There's a lot of clips, a lot of him wrestling back then. He was huge overseas in Japan and India, South Africa, and down here in the South, in the States, in the good old US of A. So check him out. Should be a fun interview. I was talking to him today, and I look forward to that. Look forward to having a wrestler on the show.
Yeah,
that'll be
me
good.
too.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's that. Before we go to break, let's do one last thing. It's probably the most important thing we'll do.
Hello, ladies.
Today's chick of the day, everybody. Her name, Sally Fitzgibbons. Sounds fake.
Yeah.
I never thought, if I had to bet, I would never bet a Sally would be chick of the day. That
Or
name's
Sally.
so out of date.
Yeah, or
That girl.
Fitzgibbons. Yeah. Sally. Sally Fitzgibbons. She's an Australian surfer. She
So then she's got to be hot.
I think it's a requirement. If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Australian, and if you're a
and
surfer,
yeah.
done. She has officially surfed her way into my boner. You're welcome.
I know you could go in there.
She can ride my surfboard.
That's a paddleboard. Anyways, get her on the old twat box.
Oh, wow.
Oh, snaps.
Google her. She's fucking hot. Of course, we will post a picture, Facebook.com/The Charity Strike. I'll have a picture of her up there. It'll be good. It'll be hot.
Guaranteed.
They're over there looking at pictures of her. So I owe you all the same.
That's why I got all quiet.
Yeah, I know. Hey, fellas, snap back. Anyways,
Except for that thumping sound that we're all making.
No. Bap.
you know it's not coming from Mike, though. He's okay looking. Anyways.
I look better in a bikini
Does
than her.
Yeah, my bulge is bigger. Her camel toe sucks. Anyways. It's awful.
Where's China when you need her?
Yeah, this is
God.
it's definitely time for a break. It's past time for a break. So we're gonna come back.
Time for a break?
I'm gonna cut Mike's mic right now. We're gonna come back after the break, and thank God we have somebody else joining us to do some talking. That's Phil. Phil will be joining us after the break. He's gonna talk a little hockey. We're also gonna talk a lot of shit about LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll probably suck him off or whatever. But LeBron can suck a big fat dick.
Yeah.
So with that, you can check us out at thecharitystrike.com, facebook.com/thecharitystrike, at the Charity Strike on the old twat box. No E at the end. 805-419-3609. Somebody to call, text, and maybe text. We like titty pictures, especially if your name is Sally Fitzgibbons.
Ooh.
Sally.
Sally.
That girl.
What a Sally.
That. I'm sorry.
On that note, we'll be right back, everybody.
Be back, bitches.
Yeah, so anyways, man, Rohip, no. I was like, Rohip, yes.
And you were wearing the Boy Scout uniform.
Oh, all the way live, man.
Speaking of live, are we live?
Yeah, I think we're live right now.
We're recording right now?
We're fucking recording.
Oh, hello, law enforcement agencies of the world. I'm Shannon.
This is Harry.
Together, we are Route 21 Podcast.
That's right. Based out of Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, Canada.
Can't find that on a map. I'll tell you where you can find us, though.
Yeah, you can find us on iTunes.
You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher.
On the Stitcher Radio Network.
We're also on Route21.podbean.com.
That's right. We got a Gmail account, route21pod@gmail.com.
And a Twitter account at Route21pod.
Absolutely.
And we talk about cool stuff.
Stuff that matters.
Stuff that matters, like how to avoid jail sentences.
That's right. Where to get stains out of Boy Scout uniforms.
How to solder a door closed.
Childproof locks.
Get your hands out of your pockets, boys. The Charity Strike is coming back.
That's right, people. Welcome back in. It's Charity Strike. Beers are opening. Beers will be singing. You like that song?
It's Christmas.
It's Beermas.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Still Gregory Brown Jones. Still sitting with Trigger Mike. Midlife Crisis.
We're back, bitches.
And Laker Fan Dan over there.
That's right.
And before we get any further, let's see if we can class this show up a little bit.
Yes, please.
Because Lord knows we haven't done it. Let's talk a little hockey with Phil.
Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive.
Joining us all the way from Skypesville, Ohio. It's Phil from AlongTheBoards.com. Phil, what's happening, buddy?
I'm sad because hockey's over now.
Oh. So are
No.
we. Yes.
I'm excited, man. I'm not a Blackhawks fan by any means, but getting to see the Stanley Cup get hoisted is always fun. Gives me chills.
And they're closer to Columbus than Tampa Bay is. So at least it's close.
So
close
by
enough
proxy.
to you. By proxy, you're happy.
Yeah, if you wanna go by proximity, I guess I'm a
Chalk it
Tampa
up.
or be rooting for Blackhawks, I guess. But yeah, there's a former Blue Jacket playing for the Blackhawks, Antoine Vermette. It was good to see him win the Cup. Kimo Timonen is just a really great player who's been in the league for a long, long time.
Hey,
Played in Nashville and Philadelphia, and this year he's kind of on his last leg, and Philadelphia had the sense to trade him to a contender and let him try to compete for a cup, and it was good to see him finally get that and go out on top.
Yeah, I don't know about these
Finish
guys,
his
but I was
career.
watching every single game.
Were you?
I DVR'd it.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it
I
yet.
haven't gone to it yet.
Don't
You guys-
spoil it.
You spoiled it for me, so I just erase
sorry.
it now.
Midlife just wants to watch the dudes kissing the cup anyways.
Oh
It's
yeah,
okay.
I love kissing cups.
Yeah.
The last 5 minutes is all you need to see. That's the
Okay.
best part.
Yeah, 12 guys, 1 cup.
Yeah.
We have totally shit on Phil's hockey.
I'm
tonight.
sorry.
That was funny. That was good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good night, everybody. Anyways, yes. So, season's over. The draft is
Yeah.
coming up, right?
Yeah, that's what's great about hockey. There's only 11 days till the draft. Draft starts June 26th. This is the first round. So they've already had their combine a couple weeks ago, or last weekend, I think, actually. So, yeah, there's not a lot of real suspense in the NHL draft. A lot of people are excited for it because Connor McDavid's coming out, who's a generational type talent, like a Sidney Crosby of that ilk. So it'll be fun.
So concussions in his future.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's a little tougher than Cindy, but
Oh.
but yeah, he's a really talented kid. Everybody knows he's going 1 overall, and number 2 is a pretty no-brainer too with Jack Eichel going to Buffalo. So after that, it's going to be a little interesting, but 1 and 2 are pretty much locks.
All right.
It's not going to be like the NFL draft where everybody's speculating a trade and then nothing happens, right? It's going to be a little more exciting.
It's so much more set in stone. I mean, there's no way you'd have to be just batshit insane to trade one of the top 2 picks this year because you've got guys, and hockey is maybe not on the level of basketball of where, one star can take over a game, but you definitely need a guy like that in hockey to build around if you want to contend for cups. And to have the chance to get a guy like that in the top of this draft is not something you trade away.
Was it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that the NBA draft had a higher rating than the NHL Stanley Cup Finals?
NBA draft did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why would the NBA draft be on during the Stanley Cup final?
Not during, just the
its
rating
ratings
was higher
than the NHL.
Oh, yeah, probably. That wouldn't surprise me.
It was one of those things where even though I'm not a hockey fan, I was still disgusted by the fact that happened because the NBA draft is about as
rigged.
Well, they say is about
Is that
as
the word you're looking for?
Yeah, it's about as competitive as a wrestling match, pro wrestling match. I mean, it's pretty predefined.
It's a shame to me. I'm realistic. I love hockey. It's my favorite sport. But I know not everybody's into hockey. It's hard for a lot of people to watch on TV because it is hard to follow the puck if you don't understand the game. When I'm watching a game on TV, you don't really watch the puck. You kind of watch space and you watch how players move and you kind of know where the puck is. Where if you're not really invested in the game, it is hard to watch on TV. And I understand the low ratings, and it sucks. It's a shame because hockey really is a good sport, but
I don't understand
it
the low
surprised
ratings
me.
because it's far more interesting than baseball, and it's still below baseball.
And
Yeah.
let's like pretend that the 2005 NBA Finals like weren't like exciting at all. I'd rather
Was that
gouge
the Pistons
and
and
the Spurs.
Yeah,
I'd rather gouge my eyes out with a rusty spoon than watch that shit.
that was Spurs pre Ginobili and Parker, so it was like very
awful,
boring.
awful, boring.
No, they were there, but they weren't the Parker and Ginobili
It
yet.
was horrible.
Ginobili wasn't flopping all over the place?
No, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Good to hear it. Before we do move on to basketball, one piece of hockey news that I would like to rub into Trigger Mike's face. Glendale City Council, that's Glendale, Arizona.
I'm a Kings fan, man. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're from there.
There was no
You're
team
from
in,
that hick
there was no
state of
team in Arizona
Arizona
when I was there.
Well, there is now. They have decided to dissolve the arena lease for the Coyotes.
Good, a hockey team shouldn't be in the fucking desert.
Shouldn't be in L.A. either. It's just
It was only a matter of time. It was going to happen.
If only they'd do that with the Suns.
The Suns are all they have.
Why does anybody live in Arizona anyway?
I got out of there.
Hey,
God, dude, it's like 120 degrees year round, isn't it?
Mandy in the chat got out of there.
girls wear booty shorts. I'll just put that out there.
That's true. ASU is a hot town.
Hell yeah.
Or hot college town, I should say.
Yeah, it's hot because it's 120 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would
Booty
think
shorts.
you would think that Arizona would be a little more accepting to Mexicans just because they need people to live there.
Yeah, right? Totally not welcome there.
Yeah.
Mexicans don't like hockey.
That's true. If I were Daniel, I would not drive around Arizona.
I'm going there September.
What are you going there for?
For a
Get arrested.
college football game.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say hockey game. For minor league hockey, it's going to be great.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah. All right. We'll stop.
Gonna protest Glendale City.
Yeah, that's it.
Bring back the Coyotes.
Speaking of protests, if no one has anything to protest, I think we should move on to the NBA Finals.
All right, fine.
Any protest on
No,
that?
I'm done.
I've got something to protest.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I got a problem with NBC.
Is this basketball related?
No, hockey
Hockey
related.
related.
All right, do it.
Okay, NBC, they finally bring out the Stanley Cup, and the Blackhawks lift the cup, and they hand it off to like two people, and NBC cuts the commercial. Like,
What?
seriously,
Oh, my
you
God.
gotta
That's
be
the
kidding
best
me,
part
man.
of the
Like,
celebration.
everybody's tuning in to watch the ceremony, and they like, here's 5 straight car commercials.
Oh,
Enjoy.
God.
Let me guess. They showed a commercial for the NBA draft.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, they were late getting the cup to the arena too. They almost Blackhawks had never actually won the Stanley Cup in the United Center. The last time they won the Stanley Cup at home was in 1938, and the Stanley Cup actually wasn't at that game either. So
Jesus.
tonight there's like major flooding and tornadoes and crap going on in Chicago, and they couldn't get the cup to the arena, and it showed up like 10 minutes late after they had already won. They're sitting there waiting on the cup to show up.
Their win is cursed.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
give
it was
up
a
now.
it was a little jacked up, but they finally got there, and then NBC cuts the commercial.
Just in time.
They couldn't cut to commercial while there was 10 minutes of waiting for a fucking cup.
Dude, it's NBC, man.
They are fucking stupid.
See, you
Idiots.
stuff Trigger Mike with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Mike's
really
getting angry.
pissed on this.
Yeah.
Take a trigger tantrum. That's what it is.
Hashtag trigger tantrum. Is that what you said? Jesus Christ. Now we really need to move to basketball. Unless you have anything else to say to NBC.
No, they're just retarded.
Well, there's
That's
news.
it.
There's a news flash for you.
Love basketball, you love basketball, then say yeah. Yeah. I love basketball, you love basketball.
Really, really quickly, before we all hate on / jerk off LeBron, let me just run through some quick news,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about the finals.
Yeah.
NBA signed $1 billion deal with Nike. They will now have the Nike swoosh logo on their uniforms.
Is that billion with a B?
Billion with a B, as in blowjob.
Zam.
Yes. $1 billion is the estimate. No one's given out the exact details, so
It's a lot of shoes.
it has a lot of shoes.
Yeah.
Adidas's sponsorship runs out in 2017, I believe. Al Jefferson decides to return to the Hornets. Will take his player option. Will not opt out on that team. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
Jordan Bloom.
I guess so. Speaking of Hornets, the Clippers have just, this is right before we went on the air, agreed to trade Matt Barnes and Spencer Hawes for Lance Stevenson.
Wow.
I don't
Blockbuster.
know. Yeah, I don't know if that's. I can't decide how I feel about that because
Right.
Stevenson could be good, but he